Not your typical bee storage room. I have foundation and a bee vac, sucks up bees and swarms, and boxes for supers or beehive boxes. See a grated window behind. This is a cell from the old detention center, and kids would be locked in here all night into the next day, out for school and back in the room. So hallway, meal trays. This place will be demolished in a few years, but my first month on the job, this was a porcelain toilet. All the fixtures were porcelain and the kids broke them off the walls, and they were replaced with steel. I want you to notice over here on the right by the bee vac, 40 inches up, see two holes that have been patched, and those held an ADA grab bar when this was a porcelain toilet, and so 40 inches off the ground. And my first month on the job, not in this cell but in one like it, young man was locked up, took off his pants in the first probably hour of being held, tied his pants off on that grab bar and sat down real hard and crushed his larynx. I had traumatized staff. Of course, he passed away. His mother passed away almost immediately on a drug overdose, and so we didn't get a lawsuit, but changed all of our policies and procedures. It was my first crisis on the job. I had a juvenile officer in another county lie to me about the kid's psychiatric history, or I hope to God he wouldn't have been locked up. But it's been on my conscience for 25 years. You know, this was the last sight he saw, was these concrete blocks. This cell, was there anything else I could have done different? It's the only death that I've had on my watch as Chief Juvenile Officer, but it was one too many. And ever since, I've been very aggressive on policy, procedures, what to do in a facility, how to handle youth that are in your custody, how to get psychiatric services for them, how to move them out when there even could be a question of medical or psychiatric need. And so a spot just like that pretty well changed my life, ended the life of a young man named Jamie that I'll think about forever. And that's about all I got.